I mean, Mary's my little sister. She brings me to tears every time she talks. I'm going to have her stay up here with me because she represents so much for our country and certainly our family. I'm deeply, deeply honored to be here today. What a wonderful setting that we have. You know, that big, beautiful flag up there. And what I would just want to say to start the day, because you can't do all these kinds of things without all the people that are in the background. So Fran and Diane Ventura, I mean, you guys are amazing. I don't know where Diane's at right now. She's probably driving a golf cart. There she is. And Fran right there. Thank you guys for everything that you do. The National Veterans Parade Foundation does this with the kindness of from you guys, and also from the kindness and the generosity of the various organizations, the sponsors that you just saw, but frankly from other people. And not a dime of this for everybody that's watching, everybody that has a conversation about watching the parade today, or that's out there watching it being live streamed somewhere. Not a penny comes from our government, not a cent. Okay, this is done out of the goodness of the hearts of many, many Americans who have been able to basically stand up and just say, we're going to recognize our veterans. And veterans are a very, very special group. On Friday, Mary, and that's why I wanted to keep her up here, our grandfather and other relatives are buried in that beautiful national cemetery on the other side of the river. We're over there visiting it this past Friday. You know, for those that don't know, and I'll just give a quick summary, both my grandfathers served in World War I. My grandfather, my father, my uncle served in World War II. My grandfather and my father served in the Korean War. I have had a brother serve in the Vietnam War, and since that period of time, every single member of my family in some capacity has served in every single war since what they called the Great War, which was World War I, up until now. We've had a legacy of service in our family, but we only represent the many millions that have given their lives up for our country. And and that's what it means to serve. And that's the thing about being a veteran. And I'm just going to tick off what I believe are the core elements. What are the core elements of being a veteran? There's a lot of veterans that are here. I personally want to thank, and I don't know if they can hear me, but the Metropolitan Police Department of the City of Washington, D.C., the fire department that brought out this beautiful flag. I mean, a lot of them are veterans. A lot of these people that serve as first responders around the country have also served in our military, but particularly this day, we couldn't do it without the support of both the police and the fire department here in the city. So give them a big round of applause. And I want to thank you. I mean, amazing, amazing people. So the core elements of being a veteran, and there's 4 of them that I've captured. Service is the first one. Service. But service is a responsibility of every single American. We all have a duty and a responsibility to serve this country. Every single one of us, whether you wear the cloth of this country or not, we all have a duty and a responsibility, and everybody knows that now. Veterans have worn the uniform, they've trained, deployed, and stood ready. Stood ready on the redoubts to defend our freedom and defend our nation. And this can range. A lot of people that maybe never served in combat tours, that's fine. You serve in peacetime and you serve in wartime. The other one is sacrifice. The next one, the second element of being a veteran, and sacrifice. Boy, and we're gonna recognize some sacrifice here in a minute with one of our very own in what we call the Spartan Pledge. But many have left families. Many have left families, and I want to underscore that. They've left careers, and they've left being a civilian behind, and they have decided to stand up and do something so noble as Abraham Lincoln talked about, giving the last true measure of devotion in the cause of freedom for this country. I mean, and many carry, as my sister Mary just highlighted, many carry these invisible scars that are back here, and we're going to recognize some of that here in just a moment with what we call the Spartan Pledge. But we still have the challenges of veterans committing suicide, which is just a devastating result of their service in uniform overseas, whether it's traumatic brain injury, whether it's post-traumatic stress, and this goes back to every single war that we have ever had. The third element of being a veteran, veterans have a discipline and a set of skills. And you just saw the Met guy that was just up here who said he served in our armed service. I mean, those are skills that we create in our veterans, and there's so many veterans out of here today, but those skills are, they bring an unparalleled work ethic, because they know what being part of a team is. They know what leadership is. They know how to take what they've learned and recreate it into something better for our country. Some of the best leaders that we have in our country over the history of our country have emanated, have come out of our service, and have come out of our military. And we just can't forget that. They bring a set of ethics, they bring leadership, they bring responsibility. And then the fourth one, and probably the most important, is our oath. The oath of office that we swear to our country to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And that oath does not expire when we are discharged from the military. It stays with us for a lifetime, and we all have to continue to live up to that oath. So on that note, what I want to do is we're going to bring up a great friend of mine, a great servant, a guy who served in our Special Operations Forces, Kyle Copeland. He's going to lead us in what's called the Spartan Pledge. And the Spartan Pledge is dedicated to a great friend of ours, many of that are here in our group here today, Sergeant Boone Cutler. Sergeant retired Boone Cutler recently passed away here in Washington, D.C., and he was taken very good care of in the final hours of his life. And we have his wife up here today, Melissa Cutler, and Boone created something called the Spartan Pledge. And he took, and you're going to see the Spartan sword up here in a second. The Spartan sword that was designed and made by first responders and by our veterans comes out of the steel from the Twin Towers of New York City. So it was created out of the steel of the Twin Towers of New York City. And there's a pledge, and we're going to take the pledge. We're going to state the pledge to you so you understand what it is. And what it has to do with is it has to do with making sure that when you depart the military, when you depart wearing the cloth of our country and you go off to hometown America and you become a veteran somewhere, that you're not forgotten. And that's the purpose. It's one of the main purposes of this parade here today, from a national perspective, to walk up and down this beautiful street that we're on here called Constitution Ave, as Fran said, in front of this place where it resides, right? Our Constitution, the longest living document in the history of mankind that has served us so well, right? So this idea of taking care of our veterans is so important, and recognizing them on a constant basis every single day of the year, if not just over a couple of days, right, once a year that we do these parades. Hug a veteran. Those that are watching this thing, live streaming this, who's watching it on TV, all the veterans out there, every single day we have to thank a veteran for what they have done to serve this country, to be prepared to sacrifice their very lives to be able to do the thing. So